Oh, you're fine. I'm doing it on my cell phone. Hi, everyone. I wanted to give all of you who are doll collectors in the American Girl community, please be careful for clickbait videos. People have been doing this for over a decade. I've been doing American Girl videos, yes, as a repaint doll artist, but also as a collector. Sorry, I did not get myself together or prepare for any of this because I go into my YouTube account and then I'm receiving messages. Actually, in a video conference with my moderator, she's new to collecting American Girl. She's been collecting now for what, year and a half to 2 years, Paris?
Two?
2 years? Yeah, you've been collecting,
Is it two?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. So please be warned. With me having experience as an American Girl doll collector for 16 years, but not just a collector, but also a repaint doll artist. When I told you last year that American Girl was going to be going through a rebranding, this is part of rebranding. They have to get rid of stuff, shut little things down so like to create your own thing. It's there, but it's not available yet because they are replacing and updating that part of the system. They're also updating doll faces, skin tones, hairstyle, all of that. That's part of rebranding. So do not be alarmed, and it's nothing to be afraid of. Also, Mattel has been aware of what is coming when in China. They have been in the process of moving the factory that produces American Girl to different countries. Barbie, if you look on, oh my God, I have to pick out one. Okay, so here we go. Not this one because I switched her body, but I believe this does have Indonesia on the back, even if it is a slightly older body. No, it doesn't. It has China. Okay, so all of the newer Barbies, these are all manufactured in Indonesia, not China, Indonesia. So most likely this factory, well, I know this factory is huge. It's huge. It's multiple stories tall where they produce Barbie in Indonesia, which means they're simply moving all of their equipment, not all of it, but the majority, pretty much most of it, they're moving it to Indonesia. Barbie is produced, manufactured in a huge factory in Indonesia. American Girl is going to follow suit and be produced in Indonesia. With that being said, you're also going to be looking at them having parts where the dolls are designed, created, not designed, but created, manufactured in Vietnam, as well as it's Indonesia, Vietnam. Oh my God, the other one has just done slipped my mind. Looking at so many clickbait, dramatic videos, that's just wow, crazy. All right, so like I said last year, starting toward the end of last year, I was telling all of you that um, American Girl was going to go through rebranding due to sales, all of that stuff. Now, with that being said, there has been a resurgence in sales for the American Girl dolls because of the historicals having the um, newer, older American Girl dolls coming back looking like their older selves has caused a resurgence and things like that because people are like, oh wow, that's how Samantha looked when I got her, or that's how Molly looked whenever she came out, and Kit. So all of the beloved characters coming back in the original clothing and look, things like that. Um, this is what happens when you're rebranding. When you look at a brand such as American Girl and the sales drop so way to the floor, you are this is what happens. This is part of rebranding. The entire thing is going through a shifting process to where they are getting it to where they want it to be. Oh my God. That I swear, I mean, just looking at all the clickbait videos to just cause a drama with it is beyond crazy. Um, so yeah. Anyway, that being said, this is what happens, with rebranding. So, people are causing you to panic or whatever like that. Do that. Um, so yeah. who this Anthony is. He seems dramatic. I'm just getting rid of him out the way because I'm not even trying to focus on comments. I'm trying to give you facts. Wow, Germany, awesome. American Girl was originated, but that was through Pleasant Company, not Mattel, in Germany. So that was Pleasant Company. But anyhow, not today. Um, so with that being said, to all of you avid American Girl doll collectors, do not worry. Um, I would not dress, not prepared. This is not the way I wanted to really put this kind of video out here. I just wanted to give it to you at 100% real. Paris, stop it. You're distracting me. I'm sorry. My moderator, I'm chatting with her. She's above my cell phone and she's dancing and doing a little thing. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Okay, so she's just, doing her little thing. But anyhow, um, but so you really don't expect the change in the quality to happen. It should still be good quality. It's basically going to be the same materials, the same type of plastics, vinyls, or the mixture thereof, with that. And those would just be moved and transferred over to Indonesia and Vietnam. That was it, Vietnam. So, in case you don't know, Cabbage Patch Kids are currently being produced in Vietnam, not China, but Vietnam. Um, Here's one of their newest ones, and yes, very clearly it says Jazzwars Vietnam. Oh wow, I just realized that Jazzwars. There was a group I was in. I think, well, I'm still in. So yeah, this is from it's manufactured in Vietnam. The quality is fine. Um, when you look at this, it can be like this. For example, the dolls being manufactured in Indonesia. Then you can have like the clothing, the accessories, the play sets could be manufactured in Vietnam, and oh my God, what is that other country? Help me out. What was the other country, Vanessa? There are three. They're transferring. They're going to Vietnam and Indonesia, and it's one more.
Is it Taiwan?
And I just posted it. That's a shame. Let me see. Let me double check. Cite this over here.
Was it Taiwan?
Well, because I'm
I
seeing
don't
so
remember.
many back-to-back videos and people are messaging me. It's India. India. That's it. India.
India.
Yes, correct. Yeah, India. So we're looking at them all switching to different factories over there who are willing to take them in, trying to keep costs low and things like that. Um, we can really expect this to really hit later in the mid year. Um, Paris, I can't. I'm sorry, my moderator's making me laugh. I'm watching you roll in. Amber says hi, Paris. She's a little preoccupied right now. She's handling her business. But so aside from that, girl, you a mess. Um, with that involved, they're getting their factories in order. They're getting everything ready to handle this. Yes, we're gonna see, unfortunately, later in the year. In case you have not noticed, in case you've walked into your local Target, you're going to see um, dolls on sale. In other words, the My Life dolls are going to go up from $26 to around $50. So, like $30 more than what we're currently paying for them. Where is that Barbie? Um, Target right now has Barbie dolls at 20% off. I bought the volleyball Barbie that's fully articulated. Oh, there she is. I got these. I did go in today. I had to go pick up prescription. This particular Barbie, I get her because her body is tall. I bought her in store for $8 and some change. So yes, they're trying to get rid of everything that's already in store so I can put out the new product. Also, what's happening is you're going to notice, okay, so I don't look at other brands, but I'm seeing Rainbow High is on a serious good sale, and so is Barbie at Target because they're trying to get this product moved out of the way and prepared so they can have their warehouses that are here in the United States, that way they can get new product on store shelves and make space in their warehouses because they were preparing for this. So they put in double everything like months ago. So this way it can be in production, be ready, and it's already here. And so they're already getting the new merchandise for the end of this year, next year, getting it put into warehouses that are currently here in the United States. So that being said, there's not going to be by any chance a low amount of dolls of being available. They are trying to get rid of what we have in stores. It's on clearance, it's on sale, all of that to make room again, to make room in the warehouse. Okay, that being said, there is a lot of transitioning happening. The thing is, when I talked about last year, when I talked about American Girl rebranding, I guess I just didn't go into detail like this because this is a part of rebranding a big brand such as American Girl. You're looking at every aspect and things like that that's going to happen with this change. Um, you're looking at different manufacturers, ways to have lower cost budgets, things like that. So to transfer from China to Indonesia, well, I think Indonesia is a great place for the dolls to be transferred for manufacturing, especially like American Girl. The dolls can be manufactured there, clothing manufactured in a different, like in Vietnam or India. But then again, I'm pretty sure play sets, things like that. I'm expecting, from what I understand, being a designer with VIE, um, dolls were produced, manufactured in China. Their clothing, not as much. Their hair for the VIE dolls was not manufactured in China. It was ordered from a different supplier, shipped to China for them to root the doll's hair. So with this experience as a designer for a legit toy company, um, it's kind of like that way even with Mattel with dolls. It's like the dolls, the plastic. So the dolls, their vinyl are made of pellets. It's like little pellets. They come in huge bags of different little pellets. Their skin, what their vinyl's made of, their skin color, and everything. And they got all these different shades. And so it's like all of these little pellets that are melted, and then they are squeezed into the mold to make the arms, legs, heads, etc. For all of the dolls in different skin tones or don't like that. They're just going to move all of that in equipment to a different country. Indonesia, again, is where I'm pretty much expecting American Girl to be produced. Now, the dolls that are coming out later this year have already been produced. They're already here in America. They're already here in the warehouse. All of the American Girl dolls, Barbie, all of those, um, they're already here in the States for the rest of this year, including early next year. These dolls have already been produced, shipped, everything. They're sitting in the warehouse waiting to be released. So, as for the online thing with American Girl, because everyone's having a huge thing about create your home, and the thing is, all my years of doing this, when create your own came out, there was never drama about it. All of a sudden, now there's drama. Oh my God, the machine. This is the second time this happened with the create your own. The last time this happened with the create your own American Girl dolls, it is because they had to update it. In other words, the dolls that you see available, they ran their course of popularity. So to keep the create your own, that particular line refreshed, well, you got to come out with different face molds. So that's what they're doing. They're updating the face molds, updating the hairstyles, hair colors, all of that. That's just being updated in the outfits that you get to choose from. So every time they're having to update that, they basically shut that part down so they can, whoever the person, the webmaster who handles that, simply uploads, refreshes, you know, different face molds, the skin tones they're going to come in, eye colors, freckles, no freckle, all of that kind of stuff. All of the hair lengths, hairstyles, hair colors, clothing, accessories, Everything that goes with that is simply being updated to present to you a newer version of what you can expect. Because this is the best time to do it because people start Christmas shopping actually summer. My mother is one of those people. She starts Christmas shopping come August. Many people do it. All right. So, I hope all of you are I hope you're up with me. I hope you're caught up with me and you're here. I hope you understand what I'm saying and you're at my level where you understand this process. So please do not be alarmed. Do not be concerned. Create Your Own is a very popular um, feature with American Girl. So it's not going anywhere. It's just being updated. That's it. Okay? Cool. All right. So that being said, um, again, here we are. It's see the new Girl of the Year will be coming out, I believe, September this year. But you're also looking at more Disney princesses coming out. Okay, so my moderator, she was really eyeing Anna from Anna and Elsa. I told her don't buy it. I did. I told her that because I was like, don't worry, they're going to come out with a cheaper brand of those two. God, with Frozen, you can't go wrong. They're very popular with American. So even though the collector ones didn't sell, it's because you have so many other ones, which I have over there. So anyway, please, pick and choose your clickbait videos. You have to remember a lot of people make their money, and get their viewership from clickbait videos on YouTube. I'm not one of them because I don't need to do that. I'm not here trying to sell you something. I'm not here trying to um, clickbait. I'm not here trying to get more subscribers, viewers, none of that kind of stuff. That's not what I started YouTube for. I started it to do tutorials on what I did and to share my love of getting new dolls. My all time favorites are Cecile, Marie Grace, Caroline. Those are my favorite historicals who did get the axe. I did like Tenny. Tenny and Grant were out for only 1 year. Are they making a return? No, they're not. Gabriella, she was a good doll, but um, she's not returning. Our next Girl of the Year for 2026 is going to be Hispanic. But I'm pretty sure the majority of you already knew this. But anyway, please don't be overwhelmed. Don't get up, thinking everything's coming to an end. It's rebranding. I've already posted in my community post everything that I could possibly give you to let you know that the Create line is, it is currently unavailable for purchase on the American Girl website, but the creator part is still active. And oh, okay, that's fine. It's my mod. She's having to go. I think her husband's home. All right. So yeah. Um, Now, the American Girl brand has not ended. Yes, a lot of the retail locations and the headquarters have closed, but the brand will continue to be owned and operated by Mattel, and dolls and other merchandise are still sold. All right? So, American Girl has even seen the resurgence in the return of its original characters for American Girl brand. Like, for example, up here right there, we have Kirsten. Yeah. Um, Also going back to the Create Your Own line, which is currently unavailable for purchase. Of course, you all know that from the website. The creator part is still active, but the dolls cannot be added to the cart. That's because of a temporary situation, simply. The American Girl Doll News mentions that the website indicates stay tuned for updates, suggesting a potential refresh in the works. So I do hope that helps and answers your questions with that. Again, things that I've been seeing for weeks and months when it comes to rebranding, this is part of rebranding. With rebranding, you're looking at maybe lines such as like Create Your Own. They could rebrand that, change the name of it while they're updating it. Also, the Truly Me. A lot of the dolls that are getting gone, it's very possible they've been doing that to us now for 10 years, changing the name of that line. We're also looking at Beauty Babies and Welly Wishers. With the rebranding, it's still the American Girl brand, but like Welly Wishers, Beauty Babies, Create Your Own, those are different lines under the brand American Girl. So it also means they are looking at being refreshed. New look, appearance, name, all of that goes into rebranding. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I need to touch on? Because, I mean, oh my God, the clickbait stuff that's coming out is like mad cow crazy. All right, so I just want to give you clarity. So here we are. We're going to refresh on our clarity to make sure even people, you know, everyone can get a more broken down understanding. So, the American Girl brand will likely continue its shift away from manufacturing primarily in China. What they focus on moving production to other countries, India, Vietnam, and Indonesia, despite still having a significant amount of production in China. The shift is being driven by trade tensions and potential for increased manufacturing costs in China. The shift is being driven by trade tensions and the potential for increased manufacturing costs in China, while some sources suggest potential price increases for the American Girl products, the brand, everything that are American Girl products, to offset the increased manufacturing cost. Others indicate that the brand is also expected to introduce new dolls and content in 2025, which we know that's happening anyway. I told everyone about everything from last year before. I've already discussed the things that are coming new for this year as well. Um, Let me think. A more detailed look at what may happen is moving manufacturing. So the Reuters article reports that American Girl, along with other toy makers, is accelerating its plan to move manufacturing out of China, aiming to reduce reliance on Chinese production. New locations. The plan includes shifting production to countries like India, Vietnam, and Indonesia, remaining in China while this shift is underway. The article states that roughly 60% of American Girls' manufacturing will still be in China after the shift. Potential economic impacts are price increases. The Reuters article mentions that to offset increased manufacturing costs, American Girl may have to raise wholesale prices on China made products, potentially impacting the consumer price. Um, a CBS News article reports that steeper U.S. tariffs on China could potentially hurt the consumer and lead to higher prices. New product and content. Yes, new dolls and content um, is, of course, it's coming. That's rebranding. You're about to see the like more elevated stuff coming up, which I've been telling y'all about months ago. You know, but I didn't realize that it was going to impact such a trigger with people in the shock mode that what's happening is happening, but this is part of that. Let me see. So there are definitely going to be new releases. There are definitely going to be truly me dolls, new ones, because the current ones are outdated. Boom, time for them to go. It is time. So I've already told y'all that. Also, the Playline Disney dolls. Yes, they are coming um, soon. They're going to be released. Also, re releases of historical characters. Now, how many of you have been collecting American Girl when we used to have the Best Friends collection? Do you remember that? Okay. If you don't, then, well, historical characters used to have a best friend. Um, I've already forgotten Molly's best friend's name. She had the hair, the bob, the little blue dress with the flowers. Boom, forgot her name. Um, Nellie was Samantha's best friend. There used to be a best friends collection. They were quite popular, but then they just cut it out. They gutted it. But anyway, we'll move on from that. I'm not going to tell you if it's going to happen or not. All right, so of course we have 2026 Girl of the Year coming. Oh, but anyway, for 2025, American Girl is likely to continue its move away from China with potential economic consequences like price increases, but also an opportunity to introduce new dolls and content. They're also trying to move from mortar stores to where you buy focus, where the focus will be for you to buy online and your items will be shipped to you. So, all right. Now to go back with the rebranding. Yes, American Girl has rebranded its Create Your Own line. It's official. That is done. And that is a result of what you're seeing right now. But also, sub brands like Truly Me, Beady Baby, and Willow Wishers are part of the broader brand refresh. Okay? Yes, all of it is being refreshed in the rebranding. The rebranding aims to make these sub brands more cohesive with the overall American Girl brand identity and create a more premium experience. Sorry, but yes, I'm reading to you everything that has been given to me that I can release to you publicly. Um, Here's what the brand involves: updated identities, the sub brands, again, including Create Your Own, to have a new visual identities that tie them into the main American Girl brand system. The cohesive experience, the new brand strategy focuses on building a more unified experience for the different American Girl lines, drawing on the brand's rich history. All right. Premium touch points. The rebrand extends to all aspects. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. This rebranding, it extends to all aspects of the American Girl brand. That includes the packaging. Yes, the packaging is getting an update. The website is getting an update. The social media is getting an update. And the store interiors will also be getting updates. So some stores that have closed, they may come back with a different look. That is possible. I'm not saying that's going to happen. All right. I'm just saying that's part of what I received, the information that I have in front of me that I'm sharing with you publicly. Okay. The rebrand aims to modernize American Girl while retaining its classic charm and appealing to both current and new generations of fans. Okay? So, again, everything that's happening is part of rebranding. That includes the closing of stores. That includes the website, less things being available, everything, because it's all being rebranded. God, that made me go out of breath. But I was almost certain that you all, the majority of you, I thought y'all knew that this was part of the rebranding and that this is what you could expect. But after seeing so many videos of, and I'm like, wait, what is this? I'm like, that's no, that's clickbait. I'm like, they're falling for it. But you know something? It's nothing wrong with that. If y'all want to follow clickbait, it's nothing wrong with that. It's cool. Um, I know the facts. I know the truth. I know inside scoops, of course. Um, and I do apologize because I would rather have done this video looking more like my glamorous self. But because people who are just absolute collectors and are panicking and love the brand, I'm like, I told my mod, I'm like, girlfriend, I just can't. I got to do this now. And so there you go. So there's no need to panic. This is part of the rebranding, everything that we're seeing at this moment. Okay. Um, any questions? Hi, Richard, Amber. Um, Golly, that was a mouthful to get out. I see I'm reading a comment. Amber, it would be interesting what Indonesia made American Girl dolls will be like. They'll be just the same. The same materials, the same type of plastics, vinyls, all of that. Because Mattel has their own laboratory at the Mattel headquarters where Barbie is made, they have their own special formula that the dolls are made of. So the formula is not going to change. And they're just going to, they have copper copies of the molds. So they will be transferring that over. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. Okay, I think we're good. Now, when will we start seeing the price increase? It is very possible toward the middle end of summer. Again, like I said, a lot of dolls, a lot of the changes that are happening, the dolls are in stock. The dolls are already in warehouses. They're just having to update their systems, they're having to update the website, and they're having to update the create your own, the dolls that are in with that particular option. I haven't bought a create your own in years. Um, so yeah, so you can expect, you know, that's all. It's just updating. This is, again, this has happened twice before since create your own became an option. And again, it's all of it about the face molds, those faces you get to choose from, the eye color, the wigs, the hair, the length, style, texture, all of that kind of stuff. All of this stuff is simply being updated. It's not going anywhere. People panicking. I think it's because all of the political stuff, which we are in a state of mind where, yes, our current, political things are affecting everything. It's affecting our lives. It's affecting um, toys incredibly, especially. But that being said, again, um, Barbie is has been for years now. The Barbie dolls have been manufactured in Indonesia, not China. And you can look on all of your Barbies, the back of them, it's engraved, made in Indonesia. So all Barbie dolls are made in Indonesia. They have been now for some years. Um, it just makes it actually more fitting for the American Girl dolls to also switch to be produced over there as well. Okay, awesome. Good. We got that done. You got some facts, not hearsay, not clickbait, because I don't need that. I don't need to create clickbait videos and things like that, or to cause people to go into some kind of crazy panic. All right, relax. But I did tell everyone, because Mattel is going in with the DEI, diversity, equality, and inclusivity. So you will see, you know, less dolls being produced of color, things like that. Those things will happen, less inclusivity. Um, but again, the dolls that are coming out, like when I went to Barbie Convention in 2023, they already had production of their Barbie dolls a year and a half to almost 2 years in advance. The dolls already done for the next year and a half. In fact, for the next year, they're already here in the United States of America. They're already here in our warehouses. So we don't have nothing to really panic about when it comes to toys. Now, the concern is all of the thousands of people who no longer have a job, federal workers and things like that. So that's going to affect a lot of things. It's going to affect how much people are going to be consumers, how much we're going to be buying. Um, has it affected us? Has it affected me? Of course. Um, but then it's something I just really don't want to talk about publicly. Um, but yes, I'm aware of everything that goes down. I talked with my moderator about it, um, because I'm there's enough out here to make anyone panic and freak out, and I don't want to participate in that. But simply just, you know, prepare for anything and everything because here in the United States, we're not being shared with everything like people in other countries are. So you can follow YouTube channels that are in other countries, um, and there you can get more information if you really want to know the facts politically. But yeah, you can expect those changes in toys. But anyway, those are the facts when it comes to American Girl. And I also threw Barbie in because Barbie is not produced in China. She hasn't for a very long time. She's, so American Girl is just going to join their bigger little sister in Indonesia. But you're looking at clothing, accessories, play sets, those things going to India and Vietnam. Again, like I said, um, Cabbage Patch Kids have been produced in Vietnam now for about a year, and they're just now making it onto their website. So Mattel was already doing that as well, switching stuff over. As you've all seen the madness going on about these Chanel $2,000 and $3,000, $10,000 handbags, hello. But anyway, um, there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and end this and say that everything that you're seeing at AmericanGirl.com, it is part of rebranding. They have to eventually, the things that you see trickle down are trying to get rid of. And that way they can update certain things with the website. So create your own. It's undergoing its little makeover, updated versions of the dolls and the clothing and all of that kind of stuff. Okay? So, Truly Me is going to be following along with that. You're looking at a website update when it comes to the Truly Me line, that little part. Also, Beady Babies, Welly Wishers. They may or may not continue with the names that they currently have. How about that? Okay, so cool. Love, peace, and wish you all the best. And, um, you know, that's all I can say. And to all of the other content creators, I wish you all the best of luck. Please look up things, try to be more specific with what you're posting because we have young people, preteens, they see stuff like this. And we have people who, we have people of all ages who collect and depend on toys, dolls, what have you, as a sense of comfort. Um, And so, with some of the content, it can make them panic and go into a frantic causing episode. Children with autism, adults with autism. So, let's just say people in general, of all ages, who live with um, mental health struggles. And they depend on certain things to provide them with comfort. um, American Girl dolls and Barbie, they are examples of some things that provide them comfort. So we don't want to send them into an unnecessary panic or mood because some of them watch some of our content because they enjoy it, brings them comfort. And if we produce stuff that's going to make them panic and it's unnecessary, well, that's not cool. So let's keep it cute. All right. Thank you, everyone. Wish you all the best. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day.